Hi, welcome in. If you're here, you're stepping into your highest timeline, and I'm here to help you navigate that journey. I'm just going to tap in, get a channeled message from Spirit, then I'll pull some cards. We'll go wherever the energy takes us. If at any point something resonates with you, please hit that like and comment button. Let me know what's resonating. I love to hear that, and it adds energy to the collective in this channel. All right, let me get tapped in. Tapping in now to the collective spirit. Bring this message to anyone who needs to hear it. Bring through messages for their highest and greatest good. Remove me, make me a clear channel for your word. What message does the collective need to hear in this moment, Spirit? Okay, I have like a crab fisherman, like, somebody that goes and sets pods or pots. I don't even know what they're called. But the cages, and I have that you're pulling up these crab pods to see what's in them. And so I see you're pulling up the first one and there's only one crab in the pod. So you're like a little bit like frustrated. And then you move on to check your next pod and you've got like 3 in that one. So you're like, okay, cool. All right. And then I go and see you move on to the next one and it's like a whole bunch of crabs. And you're like, heck yes. All right, cool. So like, and then I see you checking like all the other pods that you've put out, and all are just more than the other. The next is multiplied, the next is multiplied. And like what started out to be a day of like, great, this might have been all for nothing. I don't even know why I did this. Turned into like, woo, like we're on to something, boys. Like just such celebration and almost stupid laughter for how abundant it is. Like so much crab. Y'all are gonna be rolling in the dough, rolling in the crab, eating crab. Like there's money because the amount of crab is more than you can eat, so you're gonna sell it all. Like just a huge win for you and those around you. So I definitely get this as a message of you being in the stage of wondering if this is going to work out, wondering if this was worth your time, wondering if something was all for nothing. And Spirit saying like it's going to be slow progress and then like stupid progress, like crazy, stupid, fun. I'm seeing like a hockey stick trajectory just to the moon. So let's see what the cards have to say about this. What message, or which deck, Spirit? Okay. Get the Wispel Feminine something deck. Well, I hope y'all are doing something that you're investing your time in and energy in. And yeah, in the beginning, it's like, if this doesn't work out, this is going to be a lot of time lost. This will be stupid in not the abundant way. Stupid in the, what was that even all for way. But I'm really getting like, just hold the line. There's so much abundance coming in for you, like more than you ever thought. Like you thought it would be cool if you could like prove that you could catch 5 crabs in each pod, and you're catching 1 right now, sometimes none, and you just want 5. You know, it's like people that say like, if I could just have like $5,000 a month, an income of $5,000 a month. And Spirit's like, yeah, you're going to get 15. You're going to get 25. So some of this is like you're disappointed at the progress of this. So let's see what Spirit has to say, because it sounds like the progress is going to hit. What more for this collective, Spirit? Okay. So, I get that you are the Emperor. This is standing solid. This is dictator. This is my way or the highway. This is ultimate confidence. This is we're doing this. And I'm getting that like you did take something on. You've put a lot of work into doing something that you've kind of been come hell or high water. I'm going to do this. And I'm getting that it's been a huge struggle. Like, you were confident that you're doing it, but it has been a lot of work up until this point. 10 of Wands is also closing out a cycle of struggle. This woman is trying to just get these sticks back to that house so she can see the end is near. She's about to be able to put these burdens down. So I'm getting that for you too. The struggle of building something. Look, this Emperor looks like he's built an empire, right? So this is like you've done all the hard work to build this empire, to build this thing that you've been working so hard to do. And it's brought you, like you've learned a lot. This is a card of systems, of traditional systems. It can be a card of marriage, or just society systems. So what I'm getting from this is part of this building this thing was you building like a life that's outside of traditional systems. I'm also getting that through all of this hard work, you might have found systems that work for you. So just like the channeling, the person, maybe they were putting pods out in a wrong way, or maybe they were putting them in the wrong places. But like, because you've done so much work and you've gone out on so many days that didn't do anything for you, and you've had to figure it out, you've learned what systems work for you to actually do this thing, whether this is a business or a new way of living. I'm getting it. I'm not seeing pentacles here, but I'm getting it as like something that you've really been working on. This can be like a side hustle or a creative project. But I'm getting that you, through your struggle, have created systems that work for you that maybe are outside of traditional systems. And I get that the reason you're doing all of this is, I actually get more that you're in a place where you've built this up so much and you've had to work so hard to build this up that you're ready to now do this thing more from a place of love and fun and like childlike wonder. So I'm thinking of it as like, okay, let's say you're building a business and you have to get in the thick of it and you have to like do all the hard work to build it up and to figure out where all the pods go or how all this is going to happen, and you have to fail a bunch of times, and it's just a whole bunch of, it takes something you're passionate about and it makes it kind of sucky. Now I get that now that you have all of your systems set up and like you're starting to see some progress, it can kind of be set it and forget it. You don't need to do so much work because you've set up more of an automated type system. And now you can do like the fun stuff. Now it's fun, like the guy that's putting out all the crab pods and is doing a whole bunch of work and not getting anything, it's not fun. But all of a sudden, when you like feel like I've got something and I'm smart and it's starting to pay off and I can tell that it starts to be fun again, right? You're like, I actually enjoy doing this now. I'm ending this cycle of killing myself to do something, and I'm choosing, how can I enjoy this? You're starting to enjoy it now. And I'm even getting, if like you're in a traditional job where there's like, where there is a boss, maybe a dictator that it's just like too restrictive for you, and you're in this like corporate environment or this environment that's just like traditional 9 to 5, whatever. I get that like you are ending out that cycle, or at least ending out how you felt like you needed to be oppressed by that system. Like you can maybe keep your 9 to 5, but now you're just choosing to like, I'm going to go have fun with it. Or you're stepping into a new role that feels more fun for you and isn't such a struggle bus. And you're not feeling so much of the limitations of, the constraints of having a boss breathe down your neck, and the traditional systems that say you have to have a 9 to 5. And I get when you do this, this is the bottom of the deck. This is what you don't see coming or what's underneath. This is really your abundance that's coming in. So getting paid more because you're having fun doing it. It's just like a switch. It goes from working so hard for nothing to working less and having fun for everything. And this is the new you, and you're confident and you're abundant and you have luxury and you're just like, oh, this is my sweet spot and I'm worthy. Like you've done enough work now to either be promoted or promote yourself to a place where your work life just looks different. Now it looks fun. Now you're maybe a learner, so maybe you are getting promoted into something new, or your business has changed to where you've changed your systems and processes, or the system around you has changed where you're getting to have a little bit more fun. And you're choosing, like, this is what I want work to be like. Hey, if I've got to work however many hours a day, I want my work to be fulfilling and fun. And that, even if that means learning a new way, because all I'm used to doing is like busting my ass. And part of that is my own problem, my own fault, because I do it. I'm going to learn this way. And I'm going to step into feeling like my 9 of Pentacles here. Amazing. Amazing for you. What more, Spirit? Yeah, I'm really getting a lot less action and more heart activation. Like more, what makes me feel excited and happy and fulfilled? We all know when we like do our work and people feel like we're really being of service, or we just do a good job at work, like when we see good feedback or whatever, we all know like how that feeling feels of like, oh good, like I'm contributing. This feels great to me. Oh, that was way too many cards. We're not going to take those, Spirit. So I get the 3 of Pentacles coming out. So you might have found recently a collaboration. Maybe you're on a new team that's going to be different for you. Maybe you have there were more hires brought in. A new system was put in place that's going to make things easier for you because you have support and collaboration. This could just be from Spirit, but I'm really getting like something's coming in. If we go back to the channeling, like now there's this automated pod dropping system that you implement, and it just like drops all your pods for you, tells you when they're full, gives you a notification, and then you go out and you get and you're like, wow, that sounds fun. That sounds easy breezy. And like, yeah, that sounds nice to me. So it allows you to put down these burdens because you're getting the support you need. This is a team collaboration. This could be a partner that's coming in to help you, to give you cash, to help you, to support you. Maybe you've been in your role and there's actually some employees being hired underneath you to help you delegate some of your job, and you're just feeling like, now that I am free of carrying it all, maybe I like my job now. Maybe this system works for me now because I actually have the support I need. And then you're starting to realize, like, wow, like with this extra support, I have the same amount of money or more money, but I'm doing less. And that feels crazy because I'm used to this. I'm used to carrying all the burdens, carrying all the weight. Now, like, what can I do to have fun in this role? Anything more, Spirit, for this collective? And I did see the 7 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So this can be protecting your peace. This can be boundaries. Maybe you are feeling overburdened at work, or overburdened by your business. Like you are making things too hard. And Spirit's saying, figure out where you're making things too hard. Figure out where you're engaging in the dynamics, where you are like allowing this emperor to dictate you. Figure out what systems work for you so that you can hold up your boundaries and protect this amazing, loving, curious, childlike part of yourself, right? Okay. What more for this collective, Spirit? Any last messages or advice? Wow. Okay, Spirit said take them. I really didn't want to because there's like 3 or 4 there. Okay. Spirit was not done talking. Okay, so wow. Wow. I get that this, whatever you're closing out, has taken up a lot of your energy. This is your job, or this business, this thing that we're talking about here has caused you so much anxiety, has kept you up at night, and Spirit really is saying, where have you done this to yourself? Where are you staying in systems that you feel like you have to stay in for the name of, well, if it's business, well, I said that this was going to work, and now that I see it's not working, I have to keep going. Or, well, that's my boss and they control my paycheck, so I can't, I'm a victim here. This is limited beliefs. This is keeping yourself trapped. This is overthinking, keeping yourself up at night. This just like racks you of like, how do I get out of this? Okay. But what I'm seeing is you're taking what you got, what you learned about what doesn't work for you and about all those burdens, and you're moving on to calmer waters. Okay. You're saying, I'm getting out of there. And this is really after a time of getting really tapped into Spirit, tapped into your alignment, transformation. The High Priestess is super intuitive. So that's what I get. You know what I'm talking about here. You know what's going on here. You know how you're engaging in it. You're willing to take accountability for how much you're letting this suck you dry, how much you're letting this beat you up, and you're ready. I get the King of Swords, which is like speaking your truth, speaking what you know, taking action based in truth. Yes, it's like mental clarity. Okay, so I get that with tapping in and with this ascension or this timeline jump, you have gotten so close to yourself and what does and doesn't work for you. You have all the intuition you need. You have all the wisdom, and you actually don't need to talk. You don't need to speak your truth. You just need to act in truth. And acting in truth might just be, hey, I need more help here. Hey, this system doesn't work for me. Or it might just be you going, F this noise. I know that you expect me to break my back, or I've been breaking my back for this cause for however long. I'm just changed. I'm just going to wake up and try to have fun. And if it's an environment that doesn't support my fun and fulfillment and I don't feel valued, then I'm moving away from that. Okay? But I'm really getting this message that it's not like you're shutting the business down or you're leaving the job. I'm really getting that you learned where you were holding yourself back within a construct. So like, let's say you're at work and your boss texts you after hours and you were like, oh, and you ran and you did all this stuff because they said to, and like, that was you. They didn't expect you to do that then. They would be fine if you answered during normal business hours and you didn't get all up in a huffy puffy about it. But you're starting to see, like, where am I engaging in the things that I complain about? Where am I doing all the work of 3 people, so that this person can live their dream? So I get that you're like, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going to be the Page of Cups. And when I like let balls drop or whatever, I'm going to walk away from a system that doesn't serve me, for a system that's unsustainable. And that might be staying in the same construct, just changing your approach to it, your perspective, being more open and loving and not killing yourself. And that's where the support will rise to meet you, because you don't need to do the work of 3 people, okay? You don't need to handle all the burdens. And I'm really getting it was you that was putting that on you. Trust me, I've done this before. I've gone into jobs and been like, I'm so great. I can do that. You can fire that person. I can do their job. Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, cool. I've actually been in 2 different roles where 3 jobs were reduced to mine because of how productive I was. And then I get resentful and I'm like, when I started here, I only did this job. And now I do the job of 3 people. Guess what? This is how I know it's a me issue. I go to my next job, same thing. 3 jobs were reduced into 1. And I'm like, there's a pattern here, and her name is Rebecca. Okay? So where are you running that pattern? Where are you saying you wish you had support, but taking your own support away, right? So I get that, like, you know this now, and you're choosing different ways of being that are supportive and kind to you, okay? That are not feeding the boss, the emperor, this somebody else's dream, not feeding the system of oppression, because they love it when we do that, right? And I get, because you're willing to shift yourself and your perspective and come out as a Page of Cups, as a learner, as like, I wonder what might happen if I didn't jump out of bed and get all that work done for you. I wonder if I cared for myself and nurtured myself right now and made myself a priority. I wonder what might happen. And Spirit's saying, opportunities will come in, because Spirit's saying, we can't give you support you need when you're like, I'm going to do it all. I can do it all. I'm such a control freak and I need to prove my worth so much. It's like you've kept out the support. So Spirit's saying, once you sit back and allow yourself to receive and allow yourself to be curious about what might happen if I drop a few balls, then you're going to be rewarded with an opportunity, a love offering. But we can't give this to you, Spirit's saying. We can't give this to you while you don't believe it can happen, because I'm just stuck in a system and I'm a victim, blah, blah, blah. Okay? And I get, like, with you tapping in and getting this clarity and realizing how much you are letting this thing affect you, how much this is caused by you being trapped in your own mind. Once you move away from that way of being, you get the opportunity, okay? And this opportunity brings so much balance to your life. Now you're like, oh, I have some free time to nurture myself. This works a little bit better. I need to unlearn how I'm killing myself all the time. And now I get to relax. Now I get to do things that fill me up. And Spirit's saying this isn't only bringing balance to you in your life, but this is bringing balance to the collective. We need more people that are not in that toxic masculinity or even overgiving toxic femininity, and coming back to our divine worth, that we do act and we take action and we contribute, but not to the point that we abandon and give away our entire self. And that's the balance that we're feeling right now. And to a lot of us, it can feel so foreign because we're used to giving all of ourselves and eating the crumbs, right? So as you change that, give more to yourself, value yourself, don't need to prove yourself, have more time to love yourself, you bring balance not just to you, but to the collective. So that's the message. The lighthouse can show you the shore. You still need to steer the ship. If any of this resonated, please comment below, and until next message.